It's Christmas Eve if you're watching this in real time. But no matter when you're watching this, any time of the year where there's more stress, this episode is for you. I wanted to get on and give you some encouragement. And also, what I'm talking to you about today, I've been telling myself because I have been feeling some stress. What about you? What emotion have you been feeling? Maybe it is joyful. Maybe you are excited. Maybe you feel calm and you have everything just right. That's not my reality right now. I've been away for a week and then had a delay, had an overnight unexpectedly, had to overnight in DC due to weather, lightning storms in Texas. So I am feeling a little behind, and even today, something else went off my to-do list. So while the holidays can create a lot of joy, bring a lot of joy into our lives, there's also a lot of expectation around it, and that comes with some pressure. Or it also can be a time of grieving. So whatever emotion you're feeling, just be gentle with yourself and try to find ways to balance it out. If you're feeling like everything is so negative and so hard, look for what is good in your life as well. Not to deny it, but to balance it out. And add things in that are going to help you. Not just now, but that you'll be happy about, you won't regret tomorrow, the next day, or the next. Welcome to episode 112 of the Feel Light, Mind and Body podcast. My name is Clarenda Price, and I help women like you who are thriving in so many ways, yet struggle with weight loss, stress eating, and decreased energy. I teach them how to make lasting changes that go beyond dieting, using simple strategies to get to the root cause of overeating and to reset the hunger hormones, and that makes everything else easier. If that sounds good to you, make sure you check the link in the show notes so that we can help you feel lighter in your mind and body this coming year. We'll sum up this episode with 4 practical tips that I'm putting into place today onward. And I'm recording this on Friday to get ahead of the game because I want this all done before my daughter Brianna arrives. One of the reasons for this podcast today is to normalize what you might be stressing over, thinking, why am I not coping a little bit better? Why didn't I get ahead of myself? And so I wouldn't be doing this last minute. What if that's just normal for heart-centered doers, women like us who want to do everything and want to do everything for everybody, and we just need these reminders to slow down, to let some things go, to breathe, and we'll get to more of that. This season often amplifies guilt and self-judgment, and we get stressed, and then we get mad at ourselves for being stressed. We think, why can't we just do this and enjoy it and not get all worked up? Why is it that other people seem to be coping better than I am? Well, let me see. Are they? Who knows what's going on? And it doesn't matter. What matters is that you are recognizing it so you can take that deep breath in and say, okay, I've got this. I want to enjoy this process. So what can I do to make it easier? What can I let go of? Who can I get to come in and help me with this? Or just be easier on yourself. It's easy to look at others, other lives, and think they have the perfect family. But we're seeing what they want to show us, right? And it's not that they're trying to hide anything, but we don't see behind the scenes most of the time. So do yourself the biggest favor and don't compare your life, don't compare your Christmas, don't compare your experience to anybody else's because you don't really know what they are experiencing. Then you're wasting energy and time and headspace thinking about that instead of treasuring and being in gratitude for what you do have. If you're listening to this, you have 2 ears to hear. If you are watching this, you most likely can see it. Those in itself, when we think about it, can bring us into a gratitude. That doesn't mean we don't still have grief, that we aren't still sad, that we're not looking at the missing person and the empty spot at the table. It means that we can have self-compassion for all of that and then try to balance it out. It's always a choice. We get to choose. It's our decision. And it may be hard at first, but it's rewarding if we do the work, if we pause and say, okay, enough. I'm not going to stay in this funk. I'm going to move forward. What do I need? Who do I need? Let's start within, start above, start around, whatever it is for you, reach out to someone and look up tools that you may have already in your toolbox. And you're like, oh, right, I remember that. Some of my clients will get out some of their tools and say, this is how I'm feeling. This is what I'm identifying. And then they can put it in the thought model and say, and what does that mean? And how am I creating this right now? And how do I change this feeling? What emotion am I feeling? Sometimes just identifying it, naming the emotion, that takes some of the charge away. Recognize that it's no wonder that we may be mentally or physically exhausted. There's a lot of things that we have to do to put everything together for Christmas. And I say have to, but I just checked myself right there because we don't have to do anything. We're doing it. Why? Most likely because we value family. Family is a high value, so we get to do that. We get to provide this. However, we can manage our energy. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's the biggest thing. Even I'm practicing that by doing this podcast. Do you know how many times I'm like, I should just start over? And I'm not. I'll pause and then I'll keep going because it doesn't have to be perfect. Even though us type A's, it's a constant. There's a little bit of a struggle. What was it that we used to play? Tug of war. That's where I was blanking. So we might come a little ways this way and we're thinking we're doing great. And then the tug of war of stress comes on and then we start to go down. So expect that. That's going to happen. But we don't stay stuck there. That's the biggest thing. We want to keep in momentum. I also want to encourage you not to let the financial stress really creep up. I have seen before on Christmas Eve, myself thinking, oh, I don't know if I have enough. I need more things for her stocking. I need this, I need that. And I just say, whoa, it's not about all the gifts. It's not about going out and doing any impulsive shopping. This is enough. This is great. This is wonderful. We are blessed. Instead of running out and doing those last minute things, if you relax, if you take care of yourself, if you breathe, you're going to show up better for the rest of your family. And that's what they really care about, is your presence more than your presence. Even though I know that's kind of cliche, it's true. So focus on the connection most. Connection with yourself and connection with others. See what you can let go of. Is there anything that you can let go of? Maybe it's that extra dish you were going to add to the table. Maybe it is wrapping the gift just so beautiful. I shared in a previous podcast that if I have one gift that's really done beautifully, that's good. That's good. That shows that, yes, I was really thinking about this with this special gift, but the rest can be just average. They're ripped apart within seconds anyway. So when you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, take a moment, take a second, and just pause. And if you have a mirror nearby and you're wearing ears like this, that's going to crack you up a little bit because I can forget I have them on and then I'm like, oh my gosh. So make yourself chuckle a little bit. That's good for the soul as well. We're getting a storm this weekend. So for me, a way to relax will be getting all bundled up and going out when it's snowing. As long as it's not the freezing rain, I'm good. But that will relax me. That will create a pause. And even if it's for 30 minutes, I'm going to come back with more energy and be able to enjoy the whole process more. And if getting outside for a walk isn't your thing, or it might be your thing, but you want something else, I love to light the candles. And right now, we not only have candles, we have a lot of beautiful dim lights. That's just soothing to dim those lights and take it in and put some music on or watch something and relax. I'm noticing that the small moments are mattering more. Pausing and having that cup of herbal tea, I love to curl up and just feel it and become more present with the feel of the mug in my hands and the warmth and then the taste and the smell. That brings us back to present. And that, my friend, is how we'll have more peace instead of hanging on to that perfection. And if you're worried about having a little extra indulgence or skipping a workout, just remember, one workout skipped, one indulgence, a couple of indulgences, that's not going to determine who you are long term. You can still be healthy. I'll be having some indulgence. I probably will get my workout in, but it may be a 20 minutes instead of a 30-minute one, and that's okay. Your worth is never, ever tied to what you do or don't eat, but especially today, I'm going to say, just relax. Ask yourself, what is it that I really want? Make sure you're not eating because someone is, pushing a food pusher. You have to deal with that. And also think of how you want to feel the next morning. But Enjoy something that you really enjoy. It's all about balance, not restriction. So let's sum this up with the 4 practical tips. Number 1 is take time for yourself. Just a few minutes. Step away from everything. Close your eyes. Take some nice deep breaths and ask yourself, what is it that I need right now? Do I need help? Do I need to just get away from everybody? Do I need to lie horizontal for a moment? Put my feet up? A cup of tea? Something to eat? What is it that I need? Number 2 is simplify and delegate. You don't have to do everything yourself, right? That is not being weak. It's being wise when you ask for help when you need to. So it may be delegating it, or it might be no one else wants to do this. You know what? I don't either. Cross it off. Not necessary. Number 3 is shift your focus. Instead of worrying and focusing on what other people might think or how they might perceive a certain thing you're doing or not doing, consider how you perceive it. What matters now is how you're going to feel when you get up the next morning, when you look in the mirror the next day. How are you going to feel? Are you going to be happy with the way you showed up? Or are you going to have regrets thinking, I was so stressed out, I hardly took in the day? Number 4 is gratitude for the present moment. So take a moment to just appreciate everything that you've done so far that's led you up to today. Also, just be grateful for what is around you. Look around. Look at who's with you. Look at the experience, the memories you have in the past, and feel gratitude, true gratitude that might bring a tear to your eye or might make you go, and you exhale. You can feel it in your body. That's going to lighten your mood. It's going to lighten your load because instead of feeling you have to do it, you're going to be changing it and thinking, I get to do it. Let's do this. Let's see how fast I can get this done so that I can then relax and connect with others. What if you just decided, I've done enough. This is enough. I am enough. Everyone else is enough. Let's let go of any expectations and just be. Try it. I'm going to be trying that. Most likely within the next week, you'll be starting to think about what you want to achieve in 2025, who you want to be, how healthy you want to be in your mind and body. So while it's top of mind, I invite you to download the PDF called Plan of Action. It's simply one sheet, 4 different things you can be thinking of that you're going to work on for your success goals and put them there. Then I guide you through just simple questions. That'll help set you up. So if you print it off now while it's top of mind, then when you're ready, it might be the 28th, 29th, everything's calmed down and you're starting to think of the new year because you're in that energy. This will be a great tool to start with. And if you're looking for a supportive space to prioritize your health, join us for the Feel Light, Mind, and Body program. We begin January 13th, and there's a fast action bonus that is good until December 30th. Imagine how great you will feel this time next year or spring break time to know that you've given yourself this gift of health. It's the best investment that you can make because our health is our wealth. When we're healthy and feel balanced, everything in life is more enjoyable. So if you want the most nurturing and empowering year of your life, no matter how old you are, I hope you're checking out the link and that I see you on the inside. I'm wishing you a joyful, peaceful Christmas. Relax, kick back, enjoy it. You've done so much to get to this place, and you deserve now to relax. I'll see you next week, which is New Year's Eve.